I'm Vicki Fisher, and I'm Director of Curriculum and Instruction for the Avon Local Schools. And this is Amy Zamania, and she's our field facilitator for the REACHigher Council of Lorain County. And I'm going to let her explain that in a little bit. But first, what we wanted to do, just to kind of get things going, is first of all, thank you for being here today. We recognize with busy schedules and families, it's sometimes tricky to coordinate all of that, but we are so excited about what we're doing with the Traveling to Kindergarten document that, you know, we just wanted to bring preschool and kindergarten worlds together to talk about that document. And really today is all about building relationships and how we need each other as preschool teachers. You are really laying that important foundation for those 3 to 5-year-olds, and some I know programs for even younger, but for those that feed into our schools, we want to thank you for the hard work that you do. And on a real mini basis, on the districts that piloted the document last year, it was just a big hit. So we know it's just going to get better and better, but we'll talk about that in a little while longer. Amy is going to give you some directions for just a little icebreaker activity that we would like to do right now. After all, it is getting to know new friends and new faces today. I should have given all of you one of these little pieces of recipe card. And if you don't have one, raise your hand.
I don't have one. I like my name tag.
Okay, I know all these little details. And I just want to say, Avon teachers, and I guess the rest as well, community members and so forth, please talk up that census, because that's what our title funding is based on. And what happened in Avon, when we just exploded, we became what is known as a wealthy district, and for a while we lost our title funding. Now, because we have some transitional housing developments and so forth, we will probably stand to gain some title funding back again. We're getting more, but again, please express to your parents, just how important it is to answer and participate with that census count. It really, really does help with our funding. Okay, we're going to take a look at the document. Some of you are familiar with it, some of you are not. We're going to just, like a book walk, we're going to do a document walk. And you can see on the cover, we try to make it attractive with a few pictures and also information about that child. And we really try to be mindful throughout the document to be 21st century and include email, just because that's just such a convenient way to contact and to reach people. When you open the document, you will see on the left-hand flap some things you should know, with thoughts from my teacher and thoughts from my parent and guardian. And we try to make this an equitable amount of lines for both the teacher and from the parent guardian. And what I have found when I looked at the comments from the parents from the pilot schools that fed into Avon was, boy, almost like it gets you right here, when they're talking about their child, their precious cargo. They're very honest, I came to find. So those anecdotal records are very important. In the middle section, we kept it to primarily a social kind of skills checklist. We really did not want this to be a real formal report card, because we know down the line kids are just going to be evaluated, from here on out. And so we just really wanted to have this snapshot of the child's social skills. And as you can see, as you look down through the skills, we thought right down to the very bottom that was an add-on about the other languages spoken at home. That does make a difference sometimes in a child's development. We know from experience here in the public schools that children who come where other languages besides English are spoken at home can often qualify to have additional services to help them acquire the English language better. So, and again, that title funding, that census count, you see it all comes back. So we felt that that was important to add into that skills checklist. On the right-hand side, my community support and early assistance, we wanted to offer a broad range of activities that parents and preschool and early child care providers should check off. And we felt it was all important, whether it was a play group or swim lessons or what have you. We also included up here none, okay, because that might just just be the case. Maybe a child did not have a opportunity to participate in any one of those kinds of skills. So we included that on there so a parent would not feel that they had to check off something that did not apply. Also, you see we have a section for early intervention for 0 to 3 years and early childhood intervention 3 to 6 years. And then down below, too, we also have health concerns. And we know that this information sometimes makes its way to the receiving kindergarten teachers, but sometimes there are some other things that might not. It might be just a sensitivity. It might be, those allergies. And again, when we present it to our governance board, we try to inform people that in this day and age, allergies are a big deal. The peanut allergies, the bee stings, and that kind of thing. So we don't think we can see enough those kinds of issues that might might cause problems somewhere down the line. So again, a very important piece of information. And then on the back of the document, again, we have information to be completed by the teacher, and on the back, an acknowledgement and release that the parent understands that the information contained within this traveling to kindergarten document is going to be, looked at and placed in a record or a file in the receiving school. We also have some information in the middle back section about REACHigher, since we are part of that council and we represent that Q2 leg of the REACHigher council of Lorraine County. And the website also so parents can access it and take a look. We're just trying like crazy to get our name out there and get people to know, what we learn, what we do, and what we represent. Our hope, preschool teachers, is that you will find this to be something you can get some dual usage out of. Not just a document that you can give to the receiving kindergarten teachers here in Avon, but also as a document for you to use for your conferences, perhaps your spring conferences. We recognize there are some problematic things. We know that by filling this out and getting started on it now, so it ends up in the Avon kindergarten schools by their screening, which is coming up fairly quick here. What are the screening dates?
March 22nd through the 30th.
March 22nd through the 30th is our hope would be that you can get this in the hands of the parents so they can bring this to their child's screening date along with the immunization records, the social security number, and all that other kinds of information that they need to bring. So we truly appreciate your attention to that, and we also highly recommend that you make a copy. We know parents have good intentions and that they, you will have told them that this is another piece of documentation they need to bring to kindergarten screening, but we're human, we forget, we lose things. So in case we have a child that we know is coming from your facility, but we don't have this from the parent during screening time, then hopefully you'll be able to provide us with that information. So that's our hope for the document, again, on a very limited basis. When we piloted it last year, again, I had some really positive feedback from our kindergarten teachers here, and also from the parochial schools where some of our kindergartners ended up going. The yellow insert is really just for parents, and this was just, I think, a very nice add-on that we included as some steps and some things that parents can do to get their kindergarten child ready for that 8th day, when they come to the school. And as you take a look, again, we try to be mindful of the kinds of universal things that parents need to bring to kindergarten screening. We also made it so you would have ideas, or parents have ideas about getting familiar, with the school setting, coming to the school and taking a look at the playground and that kind of thing. And then also to just that final, ready, set, go, that last little step of things that parents can do, counting down on the calendar, and again, just, if there's any kinds of things that they can practice, like, the route, if they're going to walk, or be a car rider, or that sort of thing. So there you have it. Quite okay. You're lucky I know you